Can you finance a motorcycle with no credit history or with kind of bad credit history? Let's find out. What's up, guys? It's Alex. Got a couple of questions recently off of my other motorcycle financing video, which was like the most exciting video ever. Not really. I'm just sitting here talking about motorcycle financing just because a lot of people don't understand it. But I've had a few questions recently surrounding people wanting to get financed on a bike that don't have any credit. And like, you know, people asking me how realistic is it that they're going to get financed? What do they have to do? What's it really going to look like? So here's the deal. First off, this is actually going to be a little bit different depending on where you are, what dealers you're dealing with, and what sources they have for financing. Unfortunately, financing for a motorcycle, kind of like financing for a car, but even more so because it's a little bit harder because motorcycles fall under recreational finance, so they're actually a little bit harder than cars. A lot of people don't know that. Motorcycle financing is not created equal, okay? Depending on where you are and how good your shop is and what banks or lenders they have access to, you might have better or worse results trying to get financed with either having no credit history, which means you've never financed a vehicle, you never financed anything like that, you have no history, or you have kind of a bad history, like you've made some mistakes in the past, okay? But I'm going to help you through it as much as I can in a short video, okay? So here we go. So if you have either no credit history whatsoever or you've had some kind of bad credit history, you're kind of looking at the same couple of obstacles or couple of hoops to jump through. And most shops, if they're a good shop and they've got good banks like we have, most shops are going to be able to make something happen for you, even with no credit history or kind of bad credit history. Now, if you got 2 or 3 bankruptcies or 2 or 3 car repos and stuff, it's going to be pretty freaking tough, okay? You're going to want to spend a couple of years cleaning your credit up and really trying to prove to somebody that you can be given a second chance. But, yeah, no credit history or just kind of bad credit history, here's a couple of things you're probably going to need, and we see this every day, and my advice to you, okay? 1, if you have a good cosigner, that means someone who you know, relative, a little older relative, really good friend of the family, someone that you know really well that is willing to sign with you, that has a good, long, solid credit history, that can make it happen for you. So basically, they are going to sign on the loan with you to back you up and say, look, I'm going to help out just in case. If they are willing to sign on the loan with you, having a good qualified cosigner like that, qualified meaning they have a long, good credit history. If their credit's worse than yours, it's not going to work. But getting a good, qualified cosigner with a long credit history can actually help you a lot and could probably make it happen for you. And or the second thing is having a good chunk of money to put down. If you are looking at a motorcycle and you have no credit or you have kind of bad credit, say you're looking at a $5,000 motorcycle, if you have $1,000 to $2,000 that you can put down as cash up front to reduce that loan amount, that actually will go a long way with a lot of your local banks, okay? And a lot of times if you have no credit or kind of bad credit, they're going to need to use a smaller local lender for you because those people are more willing to give you a chance. But if you can do one of those 2 things, those are the 2 biggest things, okay, is try to get a good qualified cosigner, somebody with long, dependable credit history that is willing to sign with you to give you a chance. That can really make it happen for you. And sometimes these 2 things need to go together. If you have both, then you should be able to get this done no problem. But either a good qualified cosigner or a really good chunk of money down. You know, 20% or more down can usually make something magical happen for you, okay? And if you have no credit or you have kind of bad credit, be realistic on the bike you're looking at, okay? If you have kind of no credit or you've got bad credit or whatever that situation is, don't look at a $20,000 motorcycle, you know. Look at something $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Look at something way under $10,000 to get you started and get your credit going. You can find awesome motorcycles for $5,000 or less, okay? $6,000 and less. So be realistic because that's going to make a big difference too. A bank is much more willing to give you a chance on loaning you $5,000 with $1,000 or $2,000 down than they are being like, oh, this guy's got no credit or this girl's got no credit, we're going to give her $20,000. Not very realistic. So be realistic as well. Recap real fast. Try to get a good qualified cosigner, come up with some money that you could put down, and be realistic on the bike you're looking at, and you can probably make something happen even with no credit. If you guys have more questions, just like the last video, put them in the comments below. I'll answer them. I'll make you a video about it. I did it for this one. I had several people ask me, what about trying to get a bike with no credit? And for most situations, these things will work. Like I said, guys, you may run into something where maybe your shop doesn't have very good local lenders, and you may just have a shop that kind of sucks at their job and can't make it happen for you. But we have pretty good luck here getting people done, even with no credit, as long as they're realistic about needing one of those things. If you don't have any of those things and you're like, I have no credit and I don't have any money to put down, I just want a bike, you need to get real just a little bit and come up with one of those things and be a little bit patient about it, okay? Hope this was helpful. As always, put your comments in the comments below. I love seeing them. I love having the discussion. I'll make more videos. Subscribe if you dig what I'm doing. I'm Alex. Peace.
He said, son, have you seen the world? Well, what would you say if I said that you could?